get jobs with horses pretty much in any country. I'm your host, Crystal Kelly, and welcome to the Equestrian-Adventuresses channel, the channel dedicated to helping you travel the world on horseback. Now, in today's video, we are going to be covering 10 tips on how you can actually travel the world working for various horse riding stables. This is something that I have a lot of experience with, so I'm going to be giving you some of my first-hand insider information. I've actually personally worked in 20 countries with horses on 5 different continents. So I've been around, I've been working with horses for the past 15 years, 10 of which have all been international, and even in the USA, I've worked in 3 or 4 different states. So I've traveled a little bit, and I've done this a few times. In today's video, I'm actually going to be covering 10 tips which you can find in this book, okay? It's actually our How to Work Abroad with Horses guidebook. Now, you can actually download this completely free on our website. I'm going to include the link below or above, somewhere around there's going to be a link for this. So you can actually get this book completely free as an ebook in your email. Just tell me where to send it, again, by clicking on the link below. And if you are like me and you like paperback books, then I would definitely say that the Amazon book is totally worth it. I think it's about 20 bucks on Amazon. So yeah, we are going to be covering 10 tips which are found in this book. There's also 70 different job ideas which you can do in order to work with horses, as well as actual, there's a job book, so there's actual job listings where you can go and you can actually work as a trail guide in stables in countries such as Egypt, Peru, the USA, lots and lots of cool places. So there's that. If you could do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and go ahead and like the video, this actually helps the YouTube algorithm so that our channel gets found. So I appreciate it very much to everyone who has subscribed, and let's get right to it. So one of the things which is recommended in this book is actually, if you want to work with horses, all you have to do is sit at home and binge watch Friends and hope and pray that someone is going to knock on your door and say, "Hey, do you want to come ride my Olympic superstar horses, which cost millions of dollars? And yeah, I'm going to pay you for it, starting tomorrow. Oh, and it's on the beach in Italy, and you get your own like mansion and all this stuff." That pretty much never happens. So let's go with option number 2. The second thing that you can do is actually send blind emails. Now, what I mean by that is basically wherever you want to go, if they have internet, I guess they have an email address or a website, your job is to actually go onto Google, okay, and find their email address, send them an email and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about moving to your country or your state, and I work with horses, this is what I do, and I'm looking for a place to work, so do you have a position available, or do you know of someone that does?" And then, you can attach your CV or your resume or whatever it is. I used to actually send blind emails. That's actually how I ended up going to Bhutan. So I went to start the first and only horse riding program in the country of Bhutan, and it was all because of a blind email. So don't doubt the emails. You might end up sending 50 emails and only 5 people actually reply, and only 3 are hiring, and only 1 of them wants to actually pay you some money. So, it's a long process. Don't get discouraged. But someone will reply to your email and they will answer you. The second thing that you can do, and I know this is going to be weird, especially for the millennial generation or whatever it's called, but there's this thing, okay, I don't know if you've heard of it. On your smartphone, maybe open it up and do it as I explain it, because you're not going to know that this actually exists and it's actually possible for you to do. But you can go onto your smartphone and there's this thing, it looks like a phone. You click on it, not like a smartphone, it's like the shape of a phone. You might have seen it in an old movie. You click on that, and then it's going to show you some numbers, okay? It's like a keypad, and you type in their number, and then there's this other green button that you have to push, and you push it, and then it's going to ring, okay? And when it's ringing, at some point, if you're lucky, someone on the other side of the phone actually picks up their phone, and they answer it, and they say, "Hello," and then you talk to them, okay? It's called making a phone call. So definitely making phone calls, again, kind of like blind emailing them, but making sort of blind phone calls, it's actually a great way to network and to introduce yourself, also to show that you have a little bit of, that you're not just kind of some person, you're not an invisible person on the end of a computer. You're actually somebody that they've physically spoken to, so you are on their mind, okay? If they're international, there's a thing called WhatsApp or Skype, so you can actually schedule to call them, you know, via Skype or WhatsApp if you're worried about it costing a lot of money for international fees. So in that case, maybe it is better for you to send them an email to say, hey, I would love to set up a Skype interview or discuss more on my WhatsApp. Here's my phone number. So that is definitely an option, is actually picking up the phone and calling somebody. If you are pressed for time and you feel like, I would love to send 50 emails a day, but I just don't have time for that. So what you can do is you can actually go to Fiverr.com, okay, and you can actually pay someone $5 and say, hey, here's my resume, go and email 50 people every single day. So there you go. Another thing which you can do is actually book a random flight to a random country, okay? You can kind of throw a dart at the map. Hopefully it doesn't end up in the Pacific. Otherwise, I think you're good, okay? And then you can basically book your flight, go there, ask around the local people and see where the horse stables are. In a lot of countries, the places with horses usually are the wealthy people, okay? They might not always just let you come straight in. Maybe you have to book an appointment. I don't really know. It sort of depends. However, most countries do have horses, okay? If you don't believe me, we actually have the Horse Riding in Every Country catalog. Again, it's on Amazon, it's on our website, okay? But in this catalog, we actually list like 400 or more stables in every country in the world. There's 180 countries where you can go and ride horses, okay? You have no excuse. There's 193 countries in the world, and we have 180 of them. So if they have horses, we found them and we put them in this book. Okay, so you can literally turn to it. I mean, Mauritius. Okay, that's the first page I turned to. Moldova, Colombia, Chile, I mean, Botswana, Brazil, Bangladesh. Did you know you could ride in Bahrain and, you know, Andorra and Afghanistan? Because we have it in here. So, you know, there is no reason. You can book a random flight, or you can get this book, okay, again, it's on Amazon, and you can actually get their email address, get their website, send them a message and say, hey, I'm in the country from these days, you know, can you meet with me? And chances are they will say yes, okay? They will open the doors for you. They will give you the lock or whatever to the gate, and you will be able to go and actually talk to them. So I've done this before. I've actually met people, you know, I went and rode horses in Iraq, and I literally, that's all I did. I said, hey, I would love to come ride at your stables. And they were so excited and they were so welcoming. And it's much easier to do than you think. The other thing that I would say for you to do is actually to reach out to people in the industry who have potentially already worked in those countries or at those particular stables that you are interested in working at, and just asking them. You know, send them a message on Facebook, send them a whatever Instagram message or something and say, hey, I saw that you used to work there. I would love to hear information about how you got the job, what the work duties are like, and, you know, if, because I'm curious if it's a good fit for me or not. So, yeah, and if you know the person who I could speak to about working at that stables, then I would appreciate any information you can give me. And pretty much 99.9% of the time, that person is going to answer you. They're going to give you all of the resources that you need. You know, I've had people reach out to me asking me about jobs that I've worked. So yeah, I've never not answered an email or something like that, so I can't imagine anyone would really. But yeah, I think that the world is so much more accessible than it seems, especially with things like Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, just reach out to people, you know, check the hashtag for that particular stables or horses in that country, and just go and talk to those people and say, hey, where did you ride? That looks amazing. Another great thing that you can do is actually go to Facebook while you're already there and go to the Equestrian-Adventuresses Facebook group. There is a lot of amazing women in the Facebook group. My goodness, these ladies, the things that they have done. So you can actually post something saying, hey, I'm thinking of riding here. Does anyone know any job positions? Does anyone have any recommendations? Blah, blah, blah. And you can actually team up with other ladies who are, you know, doing something similar. So there's a lot of resources and information in the Equestrian-Adventuresses Facebook group. So if you're not in it, then definitely that is something that you need to do right now. Another thing that I would suggest for you is to actually join the Equestrian-Adventuresses Masterclass. Now, this is our online course, because I think that being certified or having some kind of training which qualifies you as a professional definitely helps you to get good positions working abroad. I know I used to throw things at potential, you know, like I said, when you're job hunting and it's an email and it's, you know, a phone call or something, it kind of scares a lot of horsey people because they don't know your riding ability, and everyone always says they're really good when actually they're really not. So, you know, by having these kind of educational materials and certificates and different things which say that you're qualified, I've studied horses because of this program that I've done and that program that I've done, I think that is definitely a way. I mean, you can never go wrong with educating yourself. I've never regretted education. So yeah, I just don't see any reason not to. So again, you can check out the Equestrian-Adventuresses Masterclass if that's something you're interested in. It actually does teach a lot about horsemanship and how to just basically do what needs to be done with horses, how to speak the horse language, how to travel the world confidently as a solo woman, how to set goals. It covers a whole lot of topics. Again, you're going to find a link below. I'm not going to cover it too much in this video, but if, you know, having that piece of paper or certificate or some kind of training program is important to you, which I think it should be, then that is definitely something that you could consider. Another thing that I would say is you can actually start your own business. I mean, why not? If you love Italy and you want to go and ride horses in Italy, you don't have to just go and ride horses for someone else. Buy your own horse, okay? Do your own thing. Start your own riding program. I mean, whatever. Actually, it's great because I don't want to keep plugging all of our books, but I'm just like too excited. But in one of our books, I don't remember which one it is, but in one of these dang books, a girl did that. She actually went to Italy. She's like, I want to be a show jumper. So she bought a horse in Italy and she started taking lessons and competing her horse as a show jumper. So, you know, why not? There's another lady in one of these other books, I don't know which one it is, but she went to India and basically the same thing. She was like, I love these horses in India and I want to ride horses. So, you know, you can do that. You can actually go start your own business, do your own thing. You know, it's actually much easier than it seems like. I know when I was in America, it seemed like I don't know anyone overseas. I don't know how it's even possible, but you will always find a way. So I think that is the best way to actually sum up, is to actually say you will always find a way if you want it bad enough. So hopefully you will use some of the tips that you found in this video. I want you to please do me a favor and comment which tips were useful and which other tips that you've maybe tried or used in the past which have worked for you. I would love to hear from you. And if you have any questions or anything, just really comment it. Thank you so much for watching. I know I kind of like dropped a whole lot of like book, you know, thing, like get this book and that book or whatever. But honestly, you know, these resources are there for you. It doesn't have to be as scary as it seems. It doesn't have to be as daunting. You have resources now. You have resources that I didn't have 10 years ago when I started. You have them accessible to you. And honestly, for the price of a book, like, are you kidding me? You can afford a book. I'm sorry. Like, just don't have a Starbucks coffee today. And I'm sure you can manage. So we also have free books on our website. You know, you can download the free ebooks. That's also down below. So, you know, you have all of the resources. You have really no excuses. And it's so common for me to see people making excuses, you know, oh, I would love to travel on horses, but, you know, my boyfriend doesn't like to travel, or blah, 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 you know, whatever it is. And it's just an excuse. So there's two kinds of people. There's those that make excuses and those that make things happen. So are you the kind of person that makes things happen? I think so, because you're watching this channel. Okay? So that is all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching, and happy trails.